5 months ago, I picked the weakest song on every Deep Purple album. 22 albums, 22 picks. Today I'm picking the 5 worst Deep Purple songs ever recorded, on an absolute scale. No grading on a curve. All 5 of these were in my Donkeys video, but being the weakest on your own album is a different question from being one of the worst songs the band ever recorded. A weak song on a great album can still be better than a middling song on a bad one. Today's list is about the absolute basement. The songs that, if they disappeared tomorrow, nobody would notice. 5 songs. Countdown from 5 to 1. The worst song Deep Purple ever recorded is at the end. So, let's go. We start in 2017. Infinite. Mark 7 Deep Purple. By that point, the band had been at it for nearly 5 decades, and they recorded Johnny's Band. It's about a bar band that had a hit and ended up back in the bars. While sung lovingly, it's a middling song at best. The riff is kinda neat, but the rest of the song is rather generic. Here's what makes this one sting. Infinite has real songs on it. Time for Bedlam, All I Got Is You, The Surprising. The band could still make great songs late in their career. There's nothing in this song that requires Deep Purple to exist. Any competent rock band could have recorded it, and many would have left it off the album. So number 5 is Johnny's Band. Now we jump all the way back to 1968. The Book of Taliesyn. Mark 1 Deep Purple. Rod Evans on vocals, Nick Simper on bass. And the band was still figuring out what it was. And they recorded a cover of River Deep Mountain High. I said this in the Donkeys video, and I'll say it again. You can't out-rock Tina Turner, and I don't know why they tried. The Book of Taliesyn is actually a pretty good album, and I've come to appreciate it more in the last few years. But this track is the moment the band sort of, to me in any case, reaches outside its grasp. It's Deep Purple trying to take on a song built for one of the most powerful vocal performances in rock history, and Rod Evans, as good as he is, well, he ain't Tina Turner. The arrangement is decent. The vocal is game, I'll give him that. But I get kind of uncomfortable with the dude singing the first lines, especially in a lower register. Bad covers happen, but putting one on your album is a choice. And this is a bad one. So number 4, River Deep Mountain High. 2003, Bananas. Steve Morse era. Don Airey has replaced John Lord. See, this one frustrates me more than most because Morse is a phenomenal guitarist and Bananas has some great songs on it. The title track, Silver Tongue, I Got Your Number. The album has a pulse. Razzle Dazzle doesn't. Look, it's just a goofy track. And that chorus, oh man, it's not offensive. It's just embarrassing. The kind of song that makes you skip to the next track every time. And for a band with Deep Purple's catalog, embarrassing is worse than bad. Bad you can defend, but embarrassing that's what you skip. So number 3, Razzle Dazzle. 1993. The battle rages on. Gillan has returned after the Joe Lynn Turner detour. Blackmore is still there, but barely. This is the last studio album of the Blackmore era, and you can hear the band coming apart on the record. One Man's Meat opens with a riff that sounds like it was a rejected outtake from Rainbow's Long Live Rock and Roll. And, even Gillan, he sounds a little bit bemused, I find. Here's what makes this worse than it should be. The Battle Rages On has a handful of good songs on it. Anya is genuinely great. The title track has bite. Solitaire works. Which means One Man's Meat had a chance to fit on a record that was actually trying, but it just doesn't clear the bar. A filler track on a strong album is one thing. A filler track on an album that's sort of pieced together is worse. So number 2 is One Man's Meat. And now the worst. 1990, Slaves and Masters. Joe Lynn Turner has replaced Ian Gillan. Blackmore still in the band. This album has its defenders. That said, I'm not one of them, but I understand the argument. There are a couple of competent rock songs on it. Too Much Is Not Enough is not one of them. It should be noted that Gillan Turner brought this to the table already written. This is a song that most violates what Deep Purple is supposed to be. Glossy, AOR by numbers track. This is Timu Rainbow. The riff is generic. The chorus is a shrug. Turner's vocal is professional, I'll give him that, but nothing in the song required Ritchie Blackmore, Roger Glover, John Lord, or Ian Paice to be in the room. Deep Purple invented a sound. Heavy, aggressive, guitar organ-driven rock. You can do a lot of things with that foundation. You can write ballads, you can write blues, you can stretch into prog. The Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV catalogs, and beyond, proves the band has range. What you can't do, or what at least you shouldn't do, is record a song that sounds like a Deep Purple who forgot what Deep Purple was. Too Much Is Not Enough does not sound like a Deep Purple song. It sounds like like an after-school special song. I don't know if you remember those songs. I'm rambling here. Anyway, it just sounds like a corporate rock track with some famous names attached to it. And that, for me, is the definition of the worst song in the catalog. Not the most poorly written, not the most technically deficient, the one that most thoroughly abandons what makes this band worth listening to in the first place. So, number one, Too Much Is Not Enough. The worst song Deep Purple has ever recorded. There you go. 5 songs. Johnny's Band, River Deep Mountain High, Razzle Dazzle, One Man's Meat, and Too Much Is Not Enough. You'll have your own list. Some of you are already typing. Good. Tell me in the comments which song I got wrong and which one I missed. I know Breakfast in Bed is sitting right there on Slaves and Masters. Come on. And I know some of you are going to make the case for something on the House of Blue Light. I want to hear it. If this video annoyed you, there's a subscribe button. That means it worked. See you next week.